Hello my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and once again I'm in my kitchen. Today I'm cooking a special meal for my hubby. It's going to be a combination of fish. I'm using a grouper. I've got some oyster mushrooms, and I've got some spinach, fresh spinach that I'm going to be cooking for him. The fish is going to have a special agave hoisin glaze on it, and I think it'll come out pretty good. Let's see. Here are my ingredients. I have the oyster mushrooms, the grouper. These are the ingredients for my agave hoisin glaze, and that's going to be organic agave, hoisin sauce, some soy sauce, rice cooking wine, and some orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. And then I also have the spinach, which I'm going to be sauteing in the pan. I've got some garlic to go along with the shiitake mushrooms and also to go along with the spinach. So we're going to be cooking this up. First, I'm going to start by making the hoisin agave glaze. For my hoisin agave glaze, I'm going to take my juice of one orange and I'm going to add to that a quarter of a cup of agave, and I'm also going to be adding 2 tablespoons of hoisin. This is hoisin sauce. You can get this in your Asian markets. They also have it in regular grocery stores. A little bit more expensive though. Let me do my other hand, it's a little stronger. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. I'm also going to be adding 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And 1 teaspoonful of my rice cooking wine. And that's it. Just whisk that together and put it to the side. I'm now going to prepare our oyster mushrooms. This is about a little less than a half a pound. I've got some clarified butter in the skillet, and that's approximately about 1.5 tablespoons. I'm going to let that completely melt. I'm going to first add in approximately some garlic slivers. This is approximately 1 large clove. And we'll get that to sizzle a little bit. Once it starts to sizzle some, I'm going to add in my mushrooms. Be very careful to not let the garlic burn. Then we're going to cook these mushrooms until they're tender, and that shouldn't take oyster mushrooms very long. I'm going to keep in mind I did clean these mushrooms. Mushrooms come from dirt, so you've got to at least brush the dirt off, or at least the minimum rinse them and let them dry. There's a lot of moisture in mushrooms, so you want to make sure they're dry before you put them in the skillet. You're getting the coating of butter on all sides. I also have a salt and pepper blend. This is 50-50 salt and pepper. And I'm just going to put some of that on my mushrooms. And to continue to saute them. They're going to be very, very buttery because they absorb almost all that butter in there. I had my fire on medium, turned it down to a little more than a simmer. You can see the mushrooms have released a lot of their moisture. And they're basically done. So I can take these out of here and move on to my next step, which will be preparing my spinach. I have my washed and cleaned spinach. Turning on the skillet again. There's still enough residual butter left in that skillet, which I think should be enough to cook the spinach. So I'll get this good and hot, and I'll put my spinach in the skillet. I'm also going to be adding salt, pepper, and more garlic. There's still some moisture or water left on the spinach, so that's the sizzle you hear. Adding that salt and pepper. And you notice I'm leaving the stems on the spinach. It's very fresh. Add approximately another garlic clove. And that's sauteing spinach. And you know spinach has a lot of moisture, and when it cooks it reduces a lot. So you think you have a lot, you really don't have that much. And I'm going to call that spinach done. I had this garlic and the olive oil just to get a little sizzle on it and to season the oil a little bit. I'm going to take it off because this pan is going to be very hot. I'm going to put my grouper fillets in the pan for about a minute on each side. And then I'm going to move them back to this pan, and I'm going to do a glaze with the Hoisin Agave sauce, and then onto the oven. So you see I've got a lot of heat on here. I got this one little piece I'm going to stick over in this corner. And you notice what I did is I doubled it because it's so much thinner than the other pieces. It doesn't take this very long to cook. I always believe in clean as you go. Okay, I did my 1 minute per side on the fish, and I've got my Hoisin Agave glaze that I'm going to put over it. And then this is going to go in the oven, and the temperature in the oven's on 425, I believe it is. And I'm going to leave it in there for approximately 4 minutes to completely cook, and that should glaze a lot of that sauce. Our fish is done and glazed. We've got our spinach and our oyster mushrooms. And as a starch for this meal, I had some leftover black rice, forbidden black rice, in the refrigerator. So we're just going to heat that up, and that'll be dinner. Grouper with a Hoisin agave glaze. Spinach sauteed with garlic. Oyster mushrooms sauteed with garlic and butter.